Yo, what's going on out there, everybody? Thanks for tuning into your soul mapping astral weather report for Wednesday, January 23rd, 2018. I'm Ann, and the astral weather report is where I synthesize aspects of astrology, the I Ching, human design, gene keys, and a little bit of Akashic intuitive wisdom to give you a better idea of some of the energies that will be at play today from the genetic all the way on up to the cosmic levels. What was I right or what? There is so much powerful energy shifting and changing after, we've gone through these eclipses. It really is kind of like a new world is here, at least for me. There's been so many connections happening, so many shifts and changes. It's like a totally different planet that there's so much energy going on. It's kind of even hard to keep up with managing it all at the moment. It's truly astounding. I'm so grateful for everything that's kind of shaping up and developing at this time. I don't know about you. Well, that being said, I'm just going to go ahead and jump over into these charts and get into everything so I can tap y'all into these codes today. So we have the sun over here on the 41.2 opposed to the earth over here on the 31.2. And, the sun is now making its way through Aquarius. It is in detriment there. It doesn't really like to be in Aquarius all that much, but, it is making for some powerful elevating changes into our reality. The sun's on the 41, which is this code that's all about mutations. So, so is the 60, and these two codes contain a lot of the potentials for just really, especially the 41. The 60 kind of creates this sort of constriction that we just went through that, just compresses everything together before it kind of like explodes out into the 41, which is just all these potentials. But with potential becomes, there's this kind of diffusion of energy if we just kind of spread ourselves too thin. So this is really asking us to like, especially on the point two, is really asking us to manage where we're putting our energy with so many potentials that could come up. We're trying to stay safe in our choices, right? We have to, really protect ourselves at this time and our safety, our security, our survival. But we're also with, the Earth on the 31.2. This is like we're also trying to be independent in our new direction, and we could be looking for some guidance in all this. If it's like, there's so many potentials, it's like, what do I do? What's going to be the best idea? And of course, tap into your inner authority. That's going to be the best, but sometimes it can definitely help to talk things out with others. The moon is making its way through Virgo over here, where it's going to be making quite a few aspects today. It's going to be squaring this Jupiter and Venus conjunction, with which Venus has started to come off its conjunction with Jupiter now. And this is where a lot of those great feelings and connections and new potentials in this new vision of this life that we're creating. Still looking at the timing quite a bit with Jupiter on the 5.6. With a square over to the moon, this is like, again, there's so many potentials. This could be kind of tricky, kind of confusing. The moon's on the 64.6. This is we're like trying to manage this timing, and it's like there could feel like there's a lot of pressure on these decisions, and that is true. These are big, important decisions with everything that's going on. I'm going to get into that as well. We want to stay focused, though, on what we have available to us. This is like this code's like a bird in the hand is worth two in the bush, that kind of saying. And what's what's the most that we can do with what we have, rather than what could be in the future. That's important to really look at. The moon is going to be trining over to Saturn. That can give us a little bit better idea of some of these decisions. Saying we want to look at the relationships and connections that are going to be best for us long term, what's going to be stable, help us build that foundation, along with feeling into which ones are harmonic. That's, really important. Which ones like feel good? What are the connections that feel like, okay, this is going to be good? There's a lot of synergy, but also just like the feeling of like, who am I most connected with? What is whatever is going on, what am I most connected with on a deeper level right now, from a heart's level? Um, the 64.4 we have in an opposition again to Neptune. So we could be really sensitive and confused right now about certain convictions we've had. The moon's over here in Virgo, so a lot of details stuff going on. How can we provide for ourselves, sustain ourselves? And this lunar energy with Neptune can create a lot of confusion and sensitivity in looking into our past and convictions that we may have had in the past, but now they're changing. What fits into our dreams and our truth, and also is in what also is in alignment with, our higher service. And I think our ideas of truth are rapidly evolving right now. Mercury, this is an interesting aspect. We have Mercury is going to be at the end of Capricorn here on the 29th anaretic degree, not the favorite degree for any planet or situation, especially here at the end of Capricorn, is squaring over to Uranus on the 28th. This could be some maybe kind of quote unquote unfortunate news, or just some difficult messages about rules or limitations we're coming up against, regulations that are maybe affecting our survival a little bit, or the structure of how we really want to move forward with things. And I think we're going to have to be really resourceful in order to get through this. Now, the good news is, with Mercury, it's also making a semi-square over to Neptune, which could, trigger kind of like our self-doubts and confusion, and just our surety about ourselves. But once again, the universe is challenging us to be resourceful, because what this is saying is that these challenges are definitely helping us to work through some of these less lingering self-limiting belief patterns that we have. We're kind of being asked to make some big leaps today, and that's what we can see over here. Mars is on the 51.1 now, and it's trining Jupiter over here on the 5.6, and also squaring Saturn here uh, over on the 38.5. And these things that are going on right now, we're kind of being asked to like leap into the void in a certain respect, and awaken, really awaken, like our true warrior self, our light warrior self, our authentic, like I can get through anything no matter what. I trust myself, I trust the universe, I trust what's going on, I trust the timing, and just really deeply just making that leap of faith into our higher selves, and just awakening that deep inner warrior that's just going to get through it no matter how it goes. And these are some powerful revelations I was having last night. It's just like, whatever way it goes, whatever however it turns out, is always in alignment. You're already in alignment, you already know, and whatever choices we make are the best ones. And it's always just this path of growing and evolving. Whatever it is that we're doing, however it goes, whether it doesn't seem like we like it, whether it seems like we don't like it at the time, or it's like, well, if I make this decision, what if I lose the job, or what if I lose the contract, or what if I can't pay my bills or something, then we're not supposed to at that time. It's going to lead into another evolution. That's what's so beautiful about this, that we're always in this path of recorrecting and getting further and further in alignment with our soul's highest path. And that's what's so beautiful about this life and everything that's really here and going on. I'm going to tap into the cards to see what's the overarching energy that we can expect, and what can we tune into to help us get through some of these powerful transits that are going on today. And gate 8, holding together, contribution, leading by example. This is all about our unique style and how we can contribute in this world. And what I think this is saying is, in all these shifts as we leap, we're looking a lot at how we can contribute with our message, with our own kind of like unique personal style in the world. And how can we, I think what this is saying is, that's what's going to hold it together. If we tap into our own energy and our unique path, and we just follow our inner authority, then it's all just going to kind of come together in such a beautiful way. So, hope this has been helpful for you. As always, tap into your innermost authority, see if it feels right for you. Thanks for tuning into the Astral Weather Report.